I work mainly in the animation industry as an animator or layout artist. Sometimes I do freelance jobs, but what I like the most is to work on my own stories, which I hope will be on screen one day. I am mostly known for creating the Chill Cows animated loop, but people doesn't know that it's not what I animate the most. My mother told me that I knew how to scribble before I learned to speak. Since I was young, I always had two passions: drawing and creating stories. When I discovered animation, I was totally fond of it. I remember watching animes like Samurai X, Ranma, Sanseiya, Dragon Ball, and many others. I couldn't learn animation in Colombia, my home country, but I had the chance to go to an art school in France. Even if my parents and my family have always supported my choices, it was really hard to start anew. During the first 2 years of art school, I was not really good in animation. I even thought of doing concept art instead. But one day we had an exercise about an animal walking or running. So I decided to animate my favorite dog breed, a pug. I made it run because I thought it was easier. In fact, it was really hard, but at the same time, really fun. From this moment, I knew I could become an animator. I also realized what I like in video games was the animation part. I hope to release my own series one day. Some people told me that 2D animation was dying, but it's not true, at least not anymore. There are a lot of interesting and beautiful 2D projects. One of my art pieces that represents me the most is the short film I make back at art school. Rapunzel is a character that I love to draw. When I see her previous designs, I can see in which way she has evolved during these past few years. She is growing strong, much like I do now. Creating animation and compelling stories has become much more than a passion these past few years. Now I feel bad when I don't draw or I don't write in a while. When I have free time, if I'm not writing and drawing for my stories, I paint wargaming miniatures. I like to go travel and go hiking and spend time with my girlfriend and take care of people or act a lot. Travel has helped me to grow as an artist and has allowed me to widen my references. The moment I remember the most is my first day as an intern in the studio where I'm still working. They showed me all the whole animation process of a previous project, and it was so amazing and inspiring. And now I work with the people I admire. I am so happy to be so well surrounded. Hi, I'm Juan, and in this class we will work on the first part of the course, the planning phase. We will figure out who will be our main protagonist and where the action will take place. Well, the first thing to bear in mind is to take a look at our objective. We want to learn how to animate. But animation can seem hard and tedious. Let me tell you something. To become a good animator, you need a lot of discipline, but mostly you need to learn animating while having fun. This must be your main drive. Make a list of things you will love to do. Before even turning our PC on, we should start brainstorming on paper. Before even turning our PC on, we should start brainstorming on paper. Take a pencil and any notebook, sit down and begin putting your ideas on paper. In my opinion, it's a lot better to work on paper at first. Okay then, let's fill that blank page. Since I love drawing girls, we should write that down. This is our first clue. Where will she be? Maybe on the beach. It's easy to paint a beach, but a little bit harder to animate waves. Look at that beautiful character design, worthy of a blockbuster movie. We know we will draw a girl, but who she is exactly? Well, I love hiking, so she will love it too. Put a little bit of yourself on your characters to flesh them out. What items does she need to hike? A backpack, of course, a big one. She will bring a travel map and a radio even. We are starting to have some assets. That's good. Now, what is she doing there? I imagine she could be eating sushi. I love sushi, but it might be too complicated to animate though. I have a composition idea. Don't be afraid to draw on the brainstorming ideas. Drawings can be quite useful. I imagine that she will be exhausted for a long day of hiking. She will take off her shoes, sit on the stairs, and eat a sandwich. She will then spread her backpack and other things on the stairs. Now we can put it right down stairs. Sometimes I put a question mark when I'm not completely sure about an idea. If you have an idea of how light, shadow, and contrast will be on the scene, draw them. On second thought, I would like someplace wider the character to have more space on the composition. I kept the stairs on the foreground, but nearly 2/3 of the images are filled with the sky. Of course, the character will be eating. Some hikers wear bandanas. I never wear them, but I think they look cool. I pictured the face of our character for the first time and draw it right away. Don't worry about being precise and spending too much time on details. This is just a brainstorm. Everything will come together eventually. I think a clouded sky will be more pretty rather than a cloudless sky. We want to picture some of the assets. Don't be shy and draw them. I absolutely love Japanese food, so I drew 2 sushis and an onigiri. They are easy to make. As you can see, brainstorming is about putting on paper everything that comes to mind. There is not an established order. Ideas just come and go. That's why it is so important to write them down. Maybe she is visiting a city. Maybe Saint-Malo, a beautiful town in Brittany, France. We should put the character someplace we know. I think it will be hilarious if she eats eggs like a caveman. It will be so good to animate this, or a sandwich, or an egg sandwich. There are so many possibilities. The fact that she eats a sandwich like a savage gives another hint about her character. We know that the action the character will perform is eating. We have not yet decided what. Maybe a kebab. Kebab is a grilled meat meal who belongs to the old Ottoman Empire and the Persian Empire. Nowadays is mostly a street food in Paris. How old is the young girl? She looks like a 16 or 17 years old. Instead of doing a common happy and cheerful girl, we will do a gloomy girl. She will be an introvert, and that will be reflected on her hairstyle. She will have a fringe who will hide part of her head. Her hair will cover both sides of her cheeks. She also has shorts. Now we have an overall view of the character. She will be a gloomy dark character eating something savagely, probably sushi or a sandwich outdoors. Now we have a lot of hints. This is good. In next class, we'll learn how to use ProRef and search for reference to build our project. Thank you and see you next time. Have a great day!